What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be a little bit different of a day. We're going to be at the shop, but we're not going to be in the shop. So I don't know here if you can see behind me here, I picked up a little tractor from my buddy. We're going to be doing some yard maintenance, and like I said just in my last video, we are going to be doing a shop edition. So I am soon to be purchasing my own CNC plasma table. So I do have a shipping container, or as you can say, an old school full steel semi-trailer box, like an old one. So it's all steel, garage roll-up back door. It's perfect. Like, it literally is gonna fit perfect on the right side of the shop. If you're looking at the doors from the outside, it's gonna fill that whole area. It's 27 foot by 8 foot wide. I have basically a 25 foot area by 9 feet, so it's gonna poke out the front a couple feet. That is only because the swamp cooler is mounted on the side of the shop, so I can only push it back up basically against the swamp cooler. Obviously I'm gonna leave a couple feet to get in there and be able to service the swamp cooler, so we are going to be poking the front of it out a couple feet. So like I said, today's gonna be a little bit different. We got a tractor. We're gonna go play on this tractor. We're gonna level the yard. I do want to give a huge shout out to my buddy Dennis. I really appreciate you, man, with all the help you ever give me. This is really a big opportunity here to get some more floor space, get some storage space, and get a machine that I've really been wanting for just years and years and years. I pay and outsource a lot of my parts: light bar mounts, Jeep kits, trailer arm kits, 4-link kits, mounts, just a bunch of different accessories. I am looking to expand that and have a lot more stuff going on. So basically this is going to give me the place to get my own table and start manufacturing all my own parts in-house. So with that being said, I'm pulling up to the shop right now. I'm going to go ahead and get it unloaded, and we're going to start grading the yard. Alright, everybody, so check it out. Here's our little machinery for the day. LA435 Kubota. It's a nice little tractor. We got the little grader on the back. This is going to be perfect. It's got the adjustable claws, so if we need to tear up the ground, we can tear it up and then we can grade it. And then we got the digger in the front. My ground, it's pretty hard packed dirt, but it feels like once you get through the crust, it just digs. Like, I can dig it with a shovel, so I think this will do just fine. So let's go ahead and let's get it unloaded, and let's start messing some stuff up. Alright, so here we are. We are in my backyard here. Not a whole lot going on here. I'm going to move the fireplace. I'm going to throw all the bricks in here. I'm probably just going to tuck them to the side somewhere. But right here in the middle of my yard, where there's a big dead spot, it probably doesn't show up on camera, but basically from over here, it humps up a little bit here, and then right here is a big hump. I have dug a big portion of it out myself, which is now where a bunch of weeds just grow. I basically ran the hose, softened it up, and I just shoveled it and shoveled it and shoveled it. But basically I'm going to try to level this. There's a chunk of cement here from when I had this back patio cement slab poured here, where we got the jacuzzi and everything, the barbecue, everything's kind of chilling here. But when I had this poured, they had their extra concrete and they basically just dumped it over here in the middle of my yard. So there's this huge clump of concrete. So I'm hoping that I can kind of use the front bucket, kind of go next to it on both sides. I'm hoping I can kind of scoop it up, see how big it really is. But I'm going to take some sledgehammers and hopefully I can break it up, but I want to get it out of the ground, and then I want to just level all of this area. So I'm probably going to pull that bush out, possibly pull this big bush out, just have a big burn here in the middle, get rid of it all. But basically I want to get this yard. I do put a lot of time. I haven't recently because monsoon right now is kind of crazy. But I do put quite a bit of time and effort into keeping this yard pretty nice. I usually have the hose on a timer and everything runs every night, and I mow it once or twice a week. I have a ride-on mower over here that I got. So it's kind of just fun to do. So I usually keep up on it pretty good, but I knew this was coming, so I haven't been doing it. Because I'm going to drag that thing around. I want to level all the dirt as much as possible so it'll actually water a little more evenly. So then also right here, this is kind of a big low spot. You can see the cement pad is raised. So I'm going to try to take some of this dirt over here and kind of fill it in around here a little bit. So I'm going to kind of just try to level the whole yard. So I'm going to move the fireplace. Gonna probably, I got some metal and some stuff in here. I usually keep it all contained because I kind of just drive my trucks around. I usually keep my flatbed back there. We had another boat right there, but basically you can fit like 2 more trailers, and then I usually put my flatbed in there sideways. I usually can drive right through here and then out the RV gate. So we have an RV gate there, and we have an RV gate on that side, which is where all the shop, all the magic happens. So I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna move the bricks, and I'm gonna start digging around and leveling some yard here. Man, is it hot out here. I think it's like 112 today, so this sucks. So here's all my bricks. I'm gonna go get my shovel and I'm gonna clean this little centerpiece up. I'm gonna throw it in the dumpster, and I'm gonna dump these bricks probably over here against the side of the house, just out of the way. All right, everybody, let me give you a little update what we got going on. So I've been pulling dirt from this area, and I've been filling it through here, that low spot I told you about. And then you can see here I put a couple scoops there. I'm almost up to where about the cement level is, so I'm going to try to just throw some dirt along here like I did all the way along there. I'm still a good, I don't know, 10 inches below the cement level. I don't expect to fill it, obviously, but I do want to spread this out and just kind of have it be just more level. So I'm going to try to throw a little bit more dirt up in here, and then a little bit more around here, and then I'm going to start pulling it that way towards the house. So right now everything kind of runs down into a little hole, and then it comes back up, and the yard's fairly level. I do have a low spot right over here. I'm just going to kind of hit the random low spots that I know about. So I did get pretty much all that cement out. There is some little bit of cement stones and rocks and stuff in here, so I'm gonna grab the last clumpy stuff, and the rest of it, it's just gonna kind of end up in the yard. And I tend to, when I water the grass or when I run the lawnmower, when I see good sized rocks, I always pick them up and kind of throw them over there, just so all the rocks kind of stay towards where the little driveway is. I just don't want to flick a rock into a window or something with a ride-on mower. So I always try to just kind of pick them up, and I taught the little boy, pick them up and chuck them that way. So it's looking pretty good though. This whole area is way better, so I'm going to start working on the little high spot right here next to the boat. So I'm going to start pulling that. I'll probably just pull it into this hole, to be honest. Probably fill that hole, and then I'll just start pulling it and dragging it. Wherever I see a high spot, I'll just drop it and pull it, and drop it and pull it. So I'm gonna take a little bit more dirt all the way up in there, a little bit along here, a little bit along here. So let's get going. Alright, so here is the main reason for this whole project. Here we are on the shop side. So in this area right here, we have always parked cars. We've always made a pile of our scrap steel here. Basically, it's a perfect place for a shipping container. And we're going to put all our metal storage, everything in the far back of it. We're going to put a CNC table up here towards the front. And then on the far right side, probably going to have all our sheet metal storage, so we can lift it up and load the table. So we're going to be starting to do all in-house parts and everything. So I'm basically going to use this tractor. I'm going to dig out some dirt on this side. I'm going to put it on this side and just level the ground. We should have more than enough room here. Just going to kind of clean it up. So I do have the swamp cooler here and an electric outlet here. So we're going to probably leave, you know, a good 2-3 feet or so, just enough to get in here and be able to service all this. But we're gonna put the container probably all the way up to here, so this window will be covered, which is fine. This is just a hot wall anyway. So but typically we would keep all of our tires and everything back here, just our kind of bulk storage. We had a bunch of oil drums here. We used to store one of the Baja bug shells here, and then my pre-runner parked there for quite a while. But basically I'm going to level all this and get a container dropped off here in the next couple days. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start getting all this level. All right, everybody, so here it is, middle of day 3. I finished this one up. I did the shop expansion basically all day 2. I kind of had a low spot here in the middle where it's all wet right here. So I dug this down a little bit more and I put the dirt there, and so that lowered this high spot and it raised the low spot over there. So then I did a couple more final pulls just to kind of pack it down, and this is what we got. So it is nice and level, nice and clean, raised back here. So we are ready to try to get that container. I just got to track down a towing company that's capable of moving something so big. So I'll go over here and I'll show you guys the other side of the yard real quick, show you guys the leveling that I did over there. So here is the damage in the yard. So raised the dirt over here, leveled it out, took the hump out in the middle. It might still be a little tall there, but compared to what it was. So I filled the big old hole back here. Show you guys here. Now it just looks like a big giant dirt field or whatever, but I'll throw some seed down again. We'll get it all back up to being grass. But now when I run the big sprinkler, I shouldn't have these big giant puddles everywhere. I'll probably still get them because I know it's not going to be perfect, but it's definitely going to be a lot better than it was. I did accidentally catch my hot tub wiring that I had put in a couple years back. So I put a big pile of dirt here because there is a big hole here. I do also right here where I circled it in green paint, I have an RV dump. So I'm gonna buy one of those in-ground plastic covers that are like a tall, like a 2-foot cone. So I'll dig it around, I'll put that in there and I'll bury it and I'll stick it up a little bit taller. And then I'm gonna hand dig underneath all this. I'm gonna rebury that and then I'm gonna just push all this dirt over it. I'll probably do all that by hand because I do need to take the tractor back today. So I'm actually going to load it on the trailer, hook up my pressure washer, give it a quick little bath, but there you go. Nice and level. I did put a little bit of dirt along the side there and all up in there, and it's a lot nicer than what it was. This is something I've been wanting to do since I bought this place, so pretty excited about that. All right guys, thanks again for watching. I will do another video when we actually get the container here. Still trying to figure out shipping company. In the meantime, I got the hose on. Gonna wet this side down. Hopefully it'll compact down a little bit. I'm gonna run and grab some grass seed and we'll sprinkle it all around out here. So with all that being said, thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video. We'll see you next time. Peace out.